Welcome to the throne, where the cardboard shines. Stories in the stats, legends frozen in time. Slow it down with Royal Ripzz, the podcast for the cards you love.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 7, and welcome back to the Royal Ripzz Room presented by Giblet King Sports Cards. I am your host, Randy Ripzz, and this is where the grind meets the hobby and the hobby meets the hustle. Today's episode is special because we're talking about what makes a real grinder in the sports card world. Not the hype chasers, not the clout seekers, and not the one big hit and disappear crowd, but the ones who stay locked in day after day. Even when the market shifts, prices drop, and everyone else panics. Because being built different in this hobby, that's a whole different mindset. Let's get into it and enjoy. And we're going to start this episode off with a banger, the hustle tip of the week. Your best flips come from patience, not panic. Most people lose money in sports cards for one reason and one reason only. They move emotionally instead of moving strategically. Prices dip, they panic sell. Somebody goes cold, they dump everything. A new product drops, they overspend because they feel FOMO. We've all been there. But the winners, the real grinders, they don't play emotional games. They study the dips. They buy with intention. They sell with purpose. And they understand cycles instead of reacting to them. The best flips I've ever made didn't come from chasing hype. They came from spotting value when everyone else was scared. Patience equals profit, and panic equals problems. Being built different in the hobby isn't about spending the most money, or ripping the most boxes, or having the flashiest slabs. It's about this. You can stay consistent when no matter what the market does. Anyone can be confident in a bull market. Anyone can flex when everything's going up. Anyone can act like a genius when prices double overnight. But when the market is slow, when the hype dies, when the rookie cools off, or when the boxes just aren't hitting, that's when you find out who really is built for this. Being built different means you can handle a cold streak. You can take an L and learn from it. You can hold a long-term card without getting impatient. You can spot value in a player before ESPN even tells the world. And most importantly, you don't fold when the hobby gets quiet. The strongest collectors didn't get strong in the good times. They got strong in the down seasons. Just like the athletes sharpen in the off season, collectors sharpen in the dip. If you're grinding right now, not during peak hype, that's what makes you built different. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my favorite segment of the week. That is today's Royal Rant. And it goes like this. Stop buying cards like you're trying to impress people who don't even know what they're looking at or really don't even care. People love to flex. Look at this case hit. Look at this auto. Look at this $1,500 break I just joined. But flexing does not equal flipping. And hype doesn't equal profit. If you're buying cards just to post them, if you're joining breaks just to show off the hit, if you're spending money with no strategy, you're not building a collection, you're building debt. Let's be real. The best card collectors today, they're quiet. They're locked in, calculated. Buying stuff 90% of hobby bros scroll past. You want to win in this hobby? Stop listening to what people flex and start watching what they hold. Talk gets attention, but smart buying, smart stacking, that gets you the results. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking about. Do you. Continue to do what you do best, and that is being great. Buy what you love. Buy what you think will sell and make you the money. Because if you're trying to flex on downtowns, on kabooms, if you're trying to flex on Pat Mahomes autos, or back in the day, you were trying to flex on Desmond Ridder autos, or who was another big guy? Kyler Murray, another example, or Jalen Hurts. You are probably down in the dumps right now. You are losing money. Gardner Minshew, another one. Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, because you wanted to flex that big old hit. Now look at you. You're stuck with a card that maybe used to be a couple thousand that is sitting at a couple hundred now. Stop flexing and just worry about winning the way you know how. Now, this is going to be a new segment that I'm going to start implicating every single week from here on out, even, when we go into season 2 here in the next month. This is going to be my 3 players to buy and my 3 players to sell for the week. And it's going to be a mixture of football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, mainly basketball and football, because that's where I generally like to stay in. That's what I'm educated in. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off with my 3 players that I think you should sell for the week. Number 1, I think you need to sell your Drake May now. His prices are at the peak of what they're going to be, unless he wins a Super Bowl. But let's just say in the next few weeks he plays really bad or he gets hurt. Hope he doesn't. But let's just say he does. His prices are going to drop. His silver prisms right now are almost 100x of what they were when beginning of the season. You were able to buy a raw silver prism for like $40 at the beginning of the season. Now you can't even get one for less than like almost $300. So Drake May is my number 1 player to sell this week. Sell him before the prices start to dip. Number 2, let's go ahead and start selling your LaMelo balls now. His prices are at the lowest they've ever been. And if you're deep into him, I think it is time to sell. His prices are going to continue to drop unless he gets traded. But I believe LaMelo Ball's market it is where it is right now, and I don't think they're going to creep up. He hasn't been playing consistently. He's been hurt every other week, it feels like. So sell your LaMelo Ball. And then at number 3, sell Derek Queen. Again, another player who is at his hype. He is the best player for the Pelicans right now. He is hyped like he has never been hyped before. He's a rookie. He's playing well. He's leading the Pelicans to losses, but his prices are skyrocketing because he's playing so well. Sell now while they're at their peak, because I don't think they're going to get any higher. The Pelicans are going to the playoffs. The Pelicans aren't going to win the championship anytime soon. So sell while they're hot. Make that profit on that dollar card at the beginning of the season that you bought. And that is the 3 players to sell for the week. Now for my 3 players I think you should buy for the week. At number 1, buy Bryce Young. His prices are, they've reached a new high since the beginning of the season, but right now they're sitting at number 1 in the NFC South. If they win this week, they're in sole possession of the NFC South at the moment. I believe if Bryce Young can continue to play really well like he has the last couple of weeks, wins the division and hits the playoffs, I think we'll see a new peak high for Bryce Young cards. So buy him now, hold him for the playoffs, and then flip for that really nice profit. Number 2, I think it is time to start buying Luka Doncic. His prices were at an all-time low at the beginning of this season, of the NBA season, but they have skyrocketed. But to me, they're not even at their peak like they used to. When he was with the Dallas Mavericks, his prices for cars were over $1,000. So right now, you can get an auto for under $900. It is time to buy Luka, because if you buy him now, the respect is going to come back to his name in the card hobby, and everybody's going to want to be on Luka. They're going to win the championship this year, I believe, and Luka Doncic's prices are going to go from $900 to $2,000 to $3,000. So buy Luka Doncic. And then at number 3, I'm going to add a baseball player. I do believe Aaron Judge is a buy right now. We're in the offseason. I think the Yankees are going to sign some big-time free agents. And right now, the guy that everybody thought was the GOAT of baseball has fallen. The Yankees are down. Aaron Judge is down. It's time to buy his rookie cards. It's time to buy his rookie autos, because by time next season when he's playing, when the season has started and they're in the middle of that season, I do believe he's going to be the MVP front runner. I think he's going to overpass Shohei Ohtani next season for being the MVP. So right now, buy Aaron Judge. Thank me later. All right, y'all. It's time for one of my favorite parts of every episode, the small business spotlight, where we show love to people grinding in the hobby, building something real, and putting positivity back into the community. Today, we're highlighting a dude who has been putting in work in the sports card scene, someone who's built a brand from passion, hustle, and consistency. And that is the founder, Chris, of TheSAcardbros, the TheSAcardbros. If you're in the hobby, especially online or in the San Antonio area, you've definitely come across the TheSAcardbros. Chris has built a reputation for being one of the most trusted, community-focused sports card sellers out there. His brand stands on 3 major things: clean, high-quality inventory. Chris always brings heat, whether it's modern quarterbacks, star NBA rookies, autos, slabs, or even value boxes. His streams and posts are always consistent with solid cards, fair pricing, and zero fluff. No games, no gimmicks, just good cards and legit deals. Number 2, honesty, community-driven reputation. The hobby needs people who make it better, and Chris does exactly that. He's known for clear communication, fast shipping, and taking care of his buyers. and always looking out for people who are new in the space. A lot of people talk about building the hobby. The SA Card Bros actually live it. And then number 3, making the hobby fun again. Chris brings a vibe to the table, whether he's live, selling, posting weekly card drops, or just engaging with the people in the comments. He knows how to keep things energetic, hype, and entertaining. The type of seller who makes you want to hang out even when you're not buying anything. And you can find him everywhere. Follow and support Chris at the SA Card Bros across all socials. Tap into his streams, his drops, and his page. He's earned his spot in the community, and that is why it matters. Before we end this episode, let me leave you with this. In the sports card world, you're going to see people get hot, get cold, make money, lose a lot of money, brag, complain, disappear, and return. But the ones who last, the ones who build something real, the ones who evaluate year after year, they're built different because they stay consistent when everybody else got distracted. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be rich, and you do not have to hit big every single time. You just have to stay locked in, learning, growing, and stacking the right cards at the right time. Continue to keep pushing, keep studying, keep leveling up. Your collection, your flips, your brand is being built every single day. You do not quit or you do not give up. And this has been episode 7, Built Different, the Mindset They Can't Teach, Sports Card Edition. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you watch on YouTube at Gila King Sports and listen on Apple and Spotify podcasts at the Royal Ripzz Room. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, stay strategic, and above all, stay built different and keep ripping.
Bro, ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Hey, hey, hey.